Okay, we're in the house, we've just left the house, and all of a sudden you realize you might want to buy it. And I mean might. But it's close enough to be a fit where you could consider writing an offer. If we've seen a few houses and you have the clarity to make a decision, then that's awesome. However, I fully expect people to take a little time to think about these decisions. Offers aren't buying, but in order to go forward, I would like you to have as much time to think about it and as much information to digest on that decision. So, um, I'll ask you, and I'll probably know, but I'll ask you at the end, like, is this something you want to seriously consider or talk about more? And you'll say, if you say yes, my job is then to reach out to the listing agent and see what we're up against and what they will share. Not every agent is going to tell us much about what we have for offers, but some will. I wouldn't expect it, and I don't take it. It doesn't have to be true, in that I can't prove whatever they tell me. So if they say there's 10 offers, honestly, in this market, there really could be 10 offers, but we don't really know for sure. And it's bad poker for the seller to really tell me, the listing agent to tell me everything the seller has. They don't want to be accused of baiting us up into a different offer. So I will reach out and say, hey, what are we up against? And they might say, like, we've got three offers that are as is. And you might not want to be an as is buyer based on that house. So we might stop there. They might say there's no offers. And I'll say, and either way, I'll relay that to you. And my next question that I care the most about is, because you don't control the other people, but I'll say, what is the seller looking for beyond the obvious, price and terms, price and date, that isn't in the MLS? So maybe the seller has a concern over inspection, and some language around the inspection would be super helpful for this seller. Maybe the seller is listed at a price where they feel there is not enough comparable data, and the appraising at the list price or above could be a challenge. And if the seller thinks the house, let's say, is worth 525, um, but the comparable sales are like 475, I want to know that, because the seller's going to want to feel that the gap from 475 to 525 is covered in an appraisal gap. We'll talk more about that. I don't want to dig into that too much, but basically, I'm going to fish to see what I can get for our competition, what do we think the seller is doing. And as we have that conversation, I'm going to small talk to the agent, let them know I've done this a long time and how serious you are, and kind of pitch us a little bit, but also let them know we're normal, stable, relaxed, and ready to close on the transaction, or ready to get into the process. So once I get that information, I'll get that all back to you. They may tell us that, hey, we've got three offers. I'm meeting the seller at 6. We might need to then change our plans for the afternoon and write an offer pretty quick. The first offer takes half an hour to put together. The next offers may take 10 minutes, because once we write an offer, the terms stay often the same. We just changed dates, price, and address. They might say we are adamant we're not looking at anything until Monday. And at that point, I'm always happy to say, hey, look, sleep on it. I'm going to run some data for you to get you what I think the house would appraise for. And I want you to sleep on it, think about it, and we'll come up with a strategy. There's also the strategy of not going first. If you're familiar with eBay, and setting a high mark for others to bid over it. So maybe we send in an offer Sunday. I will say, though, that listing agents and sellers appreciate someone decisive that saw the house and was ready to write an offer right then. So possibly, and in theory, being first can be really good. Like, sellers go, wow, it's a great offer. I feel good about it. And they really cared about it. And the person that wants to call the listing agent 3 or 4 times over the weekend and try and game it a little bit, um, they may not love it as much, even if the price is high. So every seller, every agent is completely different, but that's kind of behind the scenes what I learned and help you out with. So I will slow it down as much as possible so we have time to talk about your offer and go over it. But if we have to speed it up, we will certainly hustle. Um, yeah, that's the process of I like the house and what the heck do I do now. So thanks for watching.